Alright, so for homework I had asked you to do 3 problems, and I had asked you to do numbers 1, 3, and 5. So let's take a look at those real quick. So for number 1, the problem says you know that A is 30, A is 12, and angle B is 45. So this is similar to problem number 3. It's the same thing with different numbers here. So I'll do number 1 and 5. So the way that we set this up is we draw a triangle, A, B, C. So B 30 degrees, B is 45 degrees, and A is 12. Alright, so to get angle C, we're going to do 180 minus 30 and 45. That comes out to 105. And then in order to figure out one of the other sides, we have to use law of sines. So I use side A over the sine of angle A is equal to side B over the sine of angle B. If you cross multiply and divide, 12 times the sine of 45 divided by the sine of 30. Calculator's telling me that's 16.97. We'll call it 17. And to figure out side C, we're going to do side A over the sine of angle A is equal to side C over the sine of angle C. Now you don't want to use the 17. I wouldn't use this ratio just because the 17 is rounded. So we might as well use what they give us to get a more precise answer. And if we do 12 times the sine of 105 and then divide that by the sine of 30, my calculator's telling me it's 23.2. Alright, so one thing we should double check is just make sure the smallest angle is opposite the smallest side and the largest angle is opposite the largest side. Number 3 is going to be similar, so the answers are in the back, and then I'll finish up with number 5 here. Number 5, it says that angle A is 36 degrees, side A is 10, and side B is 4. All right. So let's see. Alright, so in this case, we don't have two angles, but we do have one full law of sines fraction. So we have side A over the sine of angle A, and that's equal to, well, the only other thing we have is side B. We just don't know what angle B is. So the way that we could figure out is just by cross multiplying like we usually do. 10 times the sine of B is equal to 4 times the sine of 36. Divide both sides by 10, you get that the sine of B is equal to 4 times the sine of 36 divided by 10. Comes out to like 0.235. And remember, the way that we solve for an angle is we use inverse trig. So you could use inverse trig here to get rid of the sine. And if you do that, so the inverse sine of that answer is going to give you an angle of 13.6 degrees. And if that angle is 13.6, then we could do 180 minus the 36 and the 13.6. Get what angle C is. It gives us angle C of 130.4 degrees. And then we could just, again, use law of sines to find the missing side here. So I'm going to use what we're given. We're given side A over the sine of angle A. And that's equal to side C over the sine of angle C. And if we cross multiply and divide, 10 times the sine of 130.4 divided by the sine of 36. My calculator's telling me it is 12.95. We'll call it Taylor Swift's favorite number, 13. All right, so that's how you do number 5. Hopefully that's good enough. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment or send me an email. And stay tuned for today's lesson.